exciting morning, huh? 25 minutes before 10 o'clock, Laura Byrnes is in the studio from CareerSource. She's going to talk to us about jobs in our community. And once upon a time, we had some acting jobs in our community. We still do, but once upon a time we had movies, right, that were made in our community.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you just had some guests in the studio,
yeah.
And they're still here because they needed to get an announcement out, and I said, please, by all means.
Please come in, yeah. Well, it was kind of hard to squeeze everything into that segment.
Get up and...
So Greg has got the announcement? Yeah, sure, that's on. Yeah.
Good morning again. It's still morning.
It's still morning, yes.
So do we get to talk now?
You get to talk right now.
Before we forget again, www.springsfilmfest.com. Tickets, calendar, the full catalog. It tells you everything about all of our films, all of our free seminars, all of our events, all that good stuff. And really quickly, Ocala is very, very fortunate. We put in a proposal last week among several hundred from all over the world, trying very hard to bring a special film here to Ocala. It's a film that's made the news a lot in the last week or so. You may know about Vaxxed, which is the film that was pulled by Robert De Niro after he personally chose it.
Yeah.
He then pulled the film 4 days before under pressure from Big Pharma that didn't want him to actually screen the film. And one of the things that's really important, and this is not really an anti-vaccine film at all. In fact, the people who made it are pro-vaccine, but they want the message out there that other countries are doing vaccinations that are safer and better in the long run for all of us. And that there's potentially a little cover-up going on at the CDC.
Spread out, too. From what I understand, spreading them out is a key to this, and we're not spreading them out.
Well, not only spreading them out, but guess what? We're also the only country that vaccinates you for 49 things. 49 drugs in your body by the age of 5.
Wow,
that just doesn't sound good.
So
at any rate, we have them, guys. We are the international festival debut for this incredible film. There will be a panel at 1 o'clock at the Brick. The co-producer is now flying in, and possibly some others. We're working on all that, but we will screen at both theaters, 7 o'clock, 9:15 at the Marion Theater. This is a huge deal for Ocala. We have now pulled in a major film for this festival, and that's another great big step. My mantra this year, and I always like to keep a narrative going, and we all need to be telling that story and keeping things alive and growing, is that, I'm very proud of the people involved in this community for building a great film festival for this community. And now we need the community to come to the film festival.
Support it, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Greg, thank you for what you're doing and for...
Vaxxed is Sunday, April 10th. It's our closing day. We've added it. We have our Best of the Fest, which people love, and I want you to keep loving that. And then I want you to take a quick nap and come back and love Vaxxed at 7 o'clock, both theaters, and 9:15, both theaters. It's pretty incredible. It's a very powerful film. And the thing is, it's been tinged all these ways because the press, is so incredibly centered and not biased by anyone or any kind of influence. My tongue firmly in my cheek. What disturbs me is when you watch the film, it's really the story of parents who've had children that we can point blank say the vaccination was given and this child was afflicted from that point on.
We've had our share of guests who believe exactly that. One of them was one of the founders of one of the autistic schools here in Ocala,
Casey,
who went on, who told us that at a convention where every parent in the room, every adult in the room had a child with autism, the guy at the podium said, "How many of you here, by a show of hands, believe that the vaccines caused the autism?" Every single hand was raised.
Yeah.
So,
well, Japan and France immediately chimed in and said, "Yeah, we gave you our studies 20 years ago too. We stopped doing that 2 decades ago."
Well, good for the film.
And so,
I can't believe that De Niro had it pulled out. He must have had some pressure from somebody.
Very quickly, the thing that's most fascinating is Robert De Niro has a mixed race child with autism. And why that's important is this. One of the things that comes out, one of the things that was suppressed, first of all, by 2032 at our current trajectory, 1 in 2 Americans will be on the spectrum at the rate we are going. Moreover, if you vaccinate children with all of that before the age of 3, which they're trying to do, African-American males are 3 times more likely.
Wow, it's crazy.
So this is important. And my thing is, I'm not interested in bashing anybody. I'm just interested in us doing it better. I just want us to do it better. I don't care who did what.
The one thing that we can do in the media, whether it's movies or radio or anything, is raise awareness. And filmmakers have a way of doing that is very powerful. So the movie, again, is Sunday.
Yeah, it's Sunday, 7 and 9:15. It's called Vaxxed. Look for it online. There's all kinds of news coverage, and we're getting a lot of attention for it. But also, one of the things I want to very quickly say, and I'll scoot out because I think it affects you as well, that we see it as, as business people and as leaders in the community. You see it as leaders in the media community here, that, in the last 3 weeks, isn't it something that, as we've been called now in the press, the small town with a big attitude? I think that's kind of cool. Is that, 3 weeks ago, it was, can we do a show called The Vagina Monologues here? And now we're saying, hey, freedom of speech and free expression are alive and well in Ocala, Florida. And I'm very proud of that for all of this
Let
community.
me just say, every time I've spoken to a vagina, it's always a monologue. They never talk back to me.
Right?
Every single time. So the whole monologue idea, I don't know why that's new. This is old news to me. Laura looks.
All right.
And thank you. Goodbye.
There is just no way to make any segue from that to.
Laura, you want to start your show now?
Well, listen, you've got me here solo, flying solo. We will have, in 2 weeks, our guest is going to be Quick Turn Media. They are hiring, so we're excited to bring them in. But today I'm here because we have so much coming up that we need to alert the masses to, employers and job seekers. So I hope you have your pen handy, some note paper, or watch this podcast because we've got a lot going on. I want to just start to kind of recap where we are with joblessness or our employment picture. We did come out with both January and February's employment reports this past month because I think I've mentioned before, in February, the state does its annual benchmarking, so they don't release anything. So we get doubled up. So our most recent data shows that for the region, our unemployment rate has dropped back down to 5.9%. That is 1.1% drop over the year. And for Marion County, we are at 5.7%. That is down from 6.2% over the month, and I believe a full percent over the year. The number of unemployed is down to 7,391. That's down 664 over the month. And the number of people with jobs is up by 750 to 122,672. It's always good to have numbers. Moreover, the Ocala MSA leads the state in a job growth rate for something called other services. And you say, what's other services?
Yeah, really.
That's like laundromats. It's everything that doesn't fit into any of the major industry sectors.
Okay.
So those others, we're leading the state. And I can't recall if we're fourth or fifth this past month for manufacturing, but very robust, continue to have very robust job growth rate in manufacturing. All year we have been second, third, fourth, up in the top five in the entire state for manufacturing. So you hear where manufacturing is lagging in a lot of places, certainly in the nation, other places in Florida, where there's actually negative job growth in manufacturing. We are seeing positive growth, and it continues month after month. So that's all wonderful news, I think. And rolling with that, we always talk about hiring events.
Yeah.
And we have a number of those that I just wanted to talk about a little bit. Right now, today, and we've mentioned Manpower, we help out Manpower over at our Career Center, and they continue to hire construction specialists. These are shinglers, so if you know how to shingle a roof, get on over to our Career Center, which is at 2703 Northeast 14th Street in Ocala. Starting at 10 o'clock through noon, Manpower is hiring construction specialists. Tomorrow, at their location in Hernando, Youth and Family Alternatives, they're hiring case managers. So go onto our website, CareerSourceCLM.com, click on the calendar of events for April 7th. You'll see the hiring event for Youth and Family Alternatives. Please make note of the location. It's at their location in Hernando, the town of Hernando. Coming up on the 13th, Genesis Healthcare, and they were a guest fairly recently on this show.
Right.
And they are continuing to hire CNAs and LPNs. In fact, I seem to recall there was a couple walking by, and they paused.
Right.
Yes.
And they were listening, and Joe, after it was over, the gentleman said, "I'm an LPN and my wife's a CNA, and we're looking for work." And Joe set them up in your boardroom, and the HR director with Genesis went in there and just. I said,
That's right. I remember that. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the immediacy of radio, folks.
That's
you see how that
awesome.
works?
Yeah.
On the 19th, Aflac is hiring benefits coordinators, and that will also be at our Ocala Career Center. Also on the 19th, Closet Maid is hiring electrical specialists, also at our Ocala Center. And then on the 21st, Visiting Angels, they are looking for caregivers, and that will also be at our Ocala Career Center. And we just add them to our calendar as we get them, but you can see that we have a lot of hiring events going on in the month of April. So that's terrific for the job seekers. And if you are a business owner and you're saying, well, what's the difference between a hiring event and a job fair? Well, this is where you, such as Genesis or Closet Maid, the individual employer, you have specific needs, we will do a hiring event just for you, either at one of our centers, at your place of business, or at another location.
And how much does it cost?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Zero. So that's a
Gotta
heart.
make sure you mention that part.
Yes, there's no charge to either the employer or the job seeker. So definitely check that out.
All right. Laura, we need to take a tiny break. Sorry, it came
That's
quick
okay.
because we had
Right.
split up your first half. We will take a little break. Be right back. If you are looking for a job or know somebody who is, one recommendation is to share the video that we're making right now of Laura with her information. And also, you can call in during the course of the show if you want to find out how CareerSource can help you, whether you're an employer or a prospective employee. We'll take a break and be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Wednesday, more sunshine than clouds, high 74 to 79. Wednesday night, partly cloudy with a shower in spots late, low 59 to 64. Thursday, partial sunshine with a passing shower, quite breezy with a high of 80 to 84. Nice on Friday with lots of sun and a high of 81 to 85. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Steve Travis.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
WWWWOCA, WWWWOCA.
Be sure to tune in to Ocala's longest-running morning radio talk show.
AM Ocala Live from 7 a.m. till noon weekdays.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Visit the WOCA website at www.woca.com.
All right, 10 minutes before 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Laura Byrnes is here from CareerSource, Citrus, Levy, Marion. Laura, just a real quick question. Do you remember times in your life when you were out of work and looking for a job?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
And everybody always says this, that looking for work is actually harder than working.
Oh, it was a full-time job.
It is, really.
I cannot tell you the effort, and because it's so different, or it certainly was during the height of the recession. Where gone are the days where you sent in your resume and application, got an interview, and you might have gotten a job offer on the spot or the next day. There's so much more involved. There's the pre-screening interview on the phone. There's then maybe another interview on the phone. Then you go and you meet with somebody, and then there's a panel interview, and then you meet with the head, and then they actually might want you to demonstrate your skills either through testing or bring in your portfolio or do a project for us. So it's a lot of work.
The one thing, when you use an agency, now I don't know if you consider CareerSource an agency, but CareerSource is an entity, anyway, that you can go to as a resource for finding work.
Correct.
So the one thing I've often wondered is when you have, okay, I'm going to go to you and I'm going to say, look, I need some work. Can you help me find a job? Okay, here's the choices and however you get me started. What if I find one on my own? Is that like I'm cheating on you?
No, that happens. We know that a lot of people network and word of mouth, and you can get a job on your own. That's perfectly fine. But before we run out of time completely, I want to talk about some opportunities for both employers and job seekers who might. If you're staffing up for spring, we have got 6, count them 6, really job fairs or career opportunities, and same with job seekers of all ages. I think I mentioned before the Career Exploration Day, which is on May 11th, and this is something that we are doing in partnership with the Marion County Public Schools, with CEP and the Mid-Florida Regional Manufacturers Association. And this is going to be for middle school students and high school students and their parents and their teachers and guidance counselors to find out what kind of in-demand jobs there are in these key industries of healthcare, IT, manufacturing, and transportation logistics. Those are critical, in-demand industries for our area. So this is a wonderful free opportunity to learn more. And so employers in those key industries are definitely invited to be there, to get face-to-face with tomorrow's workforce. This is the talent pipeline we're trying to build. So that's happening. On May 18th, it's the third Hire a Grad, and this is great for employers who want to meet with folks with college degree, certificates, technical graduates. They'll be at the Hire a Grad job fair. So if you are interested in meeting with any of those types of folks, this is a fantastic opportunity for you as well. And then we have some spring job fairs over in Citrus County on May 24th, in Levy County on May 25th, here in Marion County on May 26th. And in Marion County, it's not only a general spring job fair for employers with direct hire opportunities, but we're also we're putting a focus as well on manufacturing. So, these are all terrific recruiting opportunities that don't cost you a penny. And the last, but certainly not least, in June, now we're into June, on June 2nd, our third annual youth job fair, and this is fantastic. So if you want to hire older youth, young adult, 16 to 24 for summer work or more permanent work, this is where you're going to find them. And so every single one of these opportunities is open to you as an employer at no charge and to the job seeker at no charge. So please go to our website, CareerSourceCLM.com. If you're a job seeker, right on the home page, you'll see a big blue button that says click here for information. It takes you right to the page. And employers, you'll find information and contact information for you in the employer section under resources. So you'll see the job fairs. Or give us a call, 1-800-434-JOBS, and we can also point you in the right direction for that as well.
A dumb maybe question, but how old are is the typical person who shows up at the job fair? Is it somebody in their teens? Is it somebody in their 50s?
It is all ages.
All ages show up.
All ages. You will have everything from displaced professionals who show up in suit and tie, and
does somebody in the upper years, like 50 something, do they feel like I don't have a chance? All these young people are here. They're going to want somebody young.
Well, I don't know because I haven't asked them that question. I do know that we do have older folks. One of the job fairs we had last fall, it was the mother and father and their grown son, and they came to the job fair together. The couple, they were long-distance drivers, truck drivers, and they just felt like, we've got grandkids. We'd rather be based here back at home. Right. The son had been working, lost his job after 8 years, and he had children to take care of, so he was new in the market after many years. So they all came to the job fair together, and I hope they all got a job. They were first in line for that job fair. So we'll have all ages.
And do you recommend the people that do have a work history outside of the young ones, 16, 17-year-olds, to bring in their own resume?
Oh, absolutely, yes. On our website and on job fair preparation tips, we go through everything: how to research the companies, how what sort of resume, why you need to have one, why it should be printed, how to dress, how you prepare for your elevator speech. That's when you go up and you say, "Hi, I'm Laura Byrnes," and with whatever, and you're meeting the employer, the hiring manager for the first time. You've only got a few seconds. Sometimes there are hundreds of people there, all trying to get their moment, and you've got to impress that person enough to make sure that they want to talk to you for more than 30 seconds, so that you can hand them your resume, so that you can have a conversation, maybe get an interview set up, that sort of thing.
And I think I've asked you this before, but let's say I made my resume. Can I have you look it over and see what should be added, maybe what should be removed?
Please, yes. But don't expect that that's going to happen at the job fair. I mean, do your due diligence. Know who is going to be there, research them, target your resume, and if you have any difficulties, be sure and work with us. Come to
That's what I was going to ask. Could I go there? Yeah, can I go to the Career Source?
Yeah, come to the Career Center. Now, to get staff-assisted services, you don't just walk in and say, "Here's my resume, fix it."
Can you help me?
You have to kind of go through a little bit of a triage, a little bit of intake. It's called our Roadmap to Employment, and once you do that, and it's a 3-step process. It's not complicated, but it's what you need to do, and then once you've done that, we're going to pair you up with a employment specialist, someone who's specialized in HR, who can work with you, who is probably a certified resume writer, because most of our employees on the front line are certified now, and they'll be able to work with you on your resume or recommend one of our workshops. We have several different levels of workshops for resume writing. But get started now. If you're having a job fair on the 26th, get started now if you haven't done so. So please, give us a call. Go to our website, CareerSourceCLM.com. Find out how you can get our staff-assisted services. Again, there's absolutely no charge.
And should the parents come with the youth when they do, or is that a hindrance?
Last year, we had a place for the parents to come and hang out. We don't necessarily want them in
the throes,
because but they're welcome to come. One year we had parents, and they brought their younger siblings, and it gets to be a bit much. But we can accommodate.
So the important information is the dates, and the dates can be found on the website, obviously. Correct. So and give that website again. I know you just did.
CareerSourceCLM.com.
All right. Well, thank you, Laura, and thank you for forfeiting part of your half hour today so that Greg could get in that final word about the Silver Springs Film Festival.
Good for the community. So anything that's good for the community is good for the economy and is good for workforce. So
There you go.
You're very gracious, Laura, as always.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be right back.